Only a small fraction of my clients ask for an iconic design. Most of them just say they want something modern. But the formula to a successful modern and iconic design lies outside of your typical approach. It's something like look back, look around, and for prisms. And I'm going to share this new approach that will break you out of your usual problem-solving habits to turn your design into a trendsetter. After all, in my 15 years of UI design in the unique world of audio software and hardware, I've seen thousands of examples of my clients, and not only. Looking at some of them will help you understand my vision as a self-taught entrepreneur with $80 in my pocket to start a company, why you want that modern style, and how not to be fooled by your own choices. So what is modern? Let's take a look at what modern means. If you had asked me 15 years ago, I would have shown you one set of examples. 10 years ago, I would have given you different ones. 5 years ago, the references looked modern, and this is what looks modern now. So the term modern here refers to a design that had the most money spent on it, or a trend promoted by the biggest marketing campaign to the largest number of people. Sometimes it goes viral naturally, but the result is similar to paid advertising. In our case, to understand who sets the modern style in our industry, we need to look at the biggest players in the market. They have been the most influential software brands for decades, and they still are. Apple, Microsoft, Google, huge audio software developers, huge audio hardware manufacturers. Creating a modern style can feel like a mix between a lottery and fashion. Unpredictable and random, but with a chance for a big payoff. Those who set the rules of the game might win this lottery, but not always. There are unsuccessful examples, like window tiles, which disappeared from the market too soon, forgotten by the mass audience and the audio developers as well. Trends in fashion often become outdated, boring, and, well, they might be reborn after some time. In movies, this cycle lasts 20 to 25 years. In fashion, it's about one generation, also 20-25 years. So let's boost our chances for winning the lottery and put your design idea through the following 4 prisms. Language as a prism. The thing is, modern means different to designers, users, and clients. For some of our audio developer clients, modern usually means the latest hardware they have seen every day, they used to see every day, and software they use regularly. Here's the recent example. Our client said modern, but meant something software designer outside the audio industry would never imagine. Back in the day, only expensive hardware had LEDs around the knobs. Adding white LEDs, and especially blue ones, was a sign of high-end equipment. Meanwhile, software designers can change the shape of knobs and scales to whatever. They look fresh, or so they can choose any color they like and even break the laws of the physical world. Here's the catch. Developers and product owners speak a language customers don't always understand. Designers who work with many different styles can speak different visual languages, design languages. They can visually communicate better, so they have better chances of creating a unique design a user wants and understands. So, what is the language of your product through the eyes of the user? Do you want to speak them by copying, proving someone else's language, or create your own message? Adaptation. I remember a time when we created a plugin with a clean, minimalist interface inspired by light refraction. Believe me, this website that we took as a reference won awards, but the client's budget was tight. No one knew how to adapt this style for UI with lots of controls in another GUI system, where the animation had to be done using spreadsheets. So, which core, modern or trendy UI UX approaches should you copy to create your own true style? What best practices from these styles should you adopt? Let's talk about money. The client tries to find the best solution for the money they have now. Are you ready to make a single big investment now or keep investing multiple times later? Are you prepared to keep throwing money into a creative process to battle for identity, usability, brand inclusion, accessibility? You know the drill. This means paying higher rates for a professional designer. There's always a risk when you hire a mid-level designer to push them to deliver the perfect solution. When I look at portfolios like that, I can see how much money was invested in creating this product. And you might think that, okay, now there's a time of an AI, it can help you to cut down your expenses. But as a client, you still need to be a visual communication professional to tell a good solution from a better one. Brand. I would even put it this way. What will people remember about you? What will your brand gain if you do this redesign? What will your brand lose? Let's look at a broader picture, like the Fender Stratocaster. Audio equipment from the 60s to 2023. It makes a perfect sense because this guitar model was so popular in the 60s that if they had changed something, sales would have dropped. That's why the design of this guitar has stayed the same for over 60 years. Similarly with the Korg Microkorg. Do you think the public responded well to its redesign? It features a bunch of new sounds, memory, more memory, new effects, a new color display. Besides, Korg still sells the original product, which is over 20 years old, with its original design. And that's why the Native Instruments tried to relaunch the iconic synthesizer by changing its recognizable design from 2006. It was a completely different product after redesign. Simply by adding X to the name didn't help, as it became clear to everyone that it was a brand new product. One can get the impression that Native Instruments was trying to monetize the fame of the original massive to boost sales. So what will happen to your design, say in 10 years? Truly, nobody knows. All lies to you, and only you have the power to choose the style and the strategy. Me as only assistant helping you to look at the companies who tried to stay authentic despite trends, like bigger brands or the smaller brands. Take Reason, for example. It still holds onto its unique style. Also, I can show you how other companies kept experimenting to seek attention from their clients and still keep doing that. Changing styles, approaches, searching for the magic formula to win the lottery. And it's hard to get there as too many stars need to align in a row. It's tempting to make a simple conclusion. If you hit the mark, you'll still trendy or for a long time. But if not, it's quite simple. Just follow the fashion. Isn't that right? I wish it was that simple. We all have our shortcomings, and that's why I have shown you different examples, the new formula to get you out of your typical decision-making process. Looking back helps you choose the strategies and understand styles. Remember Da Vinci's frescoes and other famous artists and creators? Bet you can't recall the names of assistants and craftsmen who worked for these big artists, yet the message behind those artworks is still relevant today, built to last. Looking around is also crucial, like at big companies like Apple and Windows, or around your industry. They not only actively exploit planned obsolescence to keep the money flowing, they also seek inspiration from other industries to solve problems, since every problem humanity faces has already been solved somewhere else. So if you're not from the audio industry and you're still watching this video, good for you. You are efficiently, creatively spending your time and synthesize your own style. If you are still stuck, just tell me about your task. I'll help you with the artistic direction, reviewing your interface or choosing the right designer for your product. And until the next time.